Good morning, mate. How you doing? Saturday, nice little quiet one. Chickens are out. A few of them cutting about the gaff. Another mild day. We've done actually really well with the weather, haven't we? I'm actually genuinely, legitimately kind of looking forward to doing these in 5-6 inches of snow. Just for the visual look on how they are. What's on the agenda today then, gents and ladies? There's like 4 of you, I guess, so we will inquire. For me, I have got this walk. Get nice and loose on this walk. And then physio, which I'm currently in the middle of every day. Morning, mate. Currently in the morning of every single day. So every single Saturday. Once physio's done, take little one to gymnastics. While she's at gymnastics, I'm going to try and bang out 10k. Go pick her up, get showered and cleaned. I've got a bit of a tip run to do, a lot of shit in the back of the car. And then off to go, hopefully pick up 3 points for Paddock. I had 18 players missing yesterday. And I woke up to a text off another player, a starter, that's been throwing up all night. So, fucking Strugglesville, Tennessee. Might be an iffy one this today. But it is going to be live on YouTube. For the last couple of years we've been broadcasting our games on Twitch. Only just realised Twitch changed their terms and conditions, which means that we're technically allowed to simulcast it now to YouTube. So that'll be on the Stretford Paddock FC YouTube channel. I'll share a link on here if you want to come check it out. It'll be live from about 2:45, while Liam, our commentator, will be taking you through. We're trying to improve the broadcast a little bit. There will be like a post-match, pre-match interview and a post-match interview with me. Hopefully a happy one come 5:15, because we've picked up another 3 points in the league, but I think it's going to be iffy. This team's only lost once, same as us, and having 18/19 players missing, it's not a fucking good look, is it? But anyway, what we're talking about today, well, there's one thing that made me laugh. There hasn't been any major updates in terms of this so-called buyout, in terms of United being sold to Saudi, to UAE, to mystery Finnish billionaires. There's not really been any sort of concrete movement. Instead of that, in that realm, there's been a couple of journalists getting online and seemingly drafting in behind it with very ambiguous words. United could sell if someone offered the right price. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, of course they could sell if somebody offered the right price. What nonsense is that? But it doesn't seem like there's been any development. I thought there might be. I thought if it was real, and the speed at which it was moving, I thought you might have heard more. Maybe the name of who it was has been released. Maybe more details around the who, the what, the why would have been released, but it hasn't been. But this caught my eye yesterday. So let me read this out for you, because I enjoyed this. Text off Mourinho. So Mkhitaryan's done an autobiography, and within his autobiography he said, "I lost patience with Mourinho. Said to him, you've been criticising me for 2 years. You are shit." That probably didn't go down well, I'm going to be honest. And actually what's interesting is, I think at the time we'd heard Mkhitaryan had told Mourinho to fuck off. So this tracks, doesn't it? He said, "I never want to see you again." But he would not say a word in training. Every night he'd send me a text saying, "Leave so I can get Alexis." I tell you what, Junior, like, at the time there was a phrase that people used to throw around, and I'd said it myself as well, and I felt it myself as well. Mourinho can make it toxic. People are like, how can the manager make it toxic? And there was things he was saying in press conferences, a severe one especially. But there was his whole demeanour where you're like, you can see why it unravels when it unravels with Mourinho. Because he gets a proper sulk on, doesn't he? And then I can't ever imagine messaging one of the players and like, hey, do you fancy fucking off or what? He said he'd say on WhatsApp every night, Mickey, please go away. It had gotten really bad. And I'd always copied and pasted the same response. If I go, I have to find the right team. Otherwise, I'll wait until summer. Around January, his text changed to Mickey, please go away so I can get Alexis. And then my response changed too. I started saying, I'm not leaving just to please you. I beg you, please stop texting me. Talk to me, if you want. I don't know. I enjoy the insight. I like it when we get a peek behind the curtain. But that's wild. That is genuinely wild, innit? But also not surprising from Jose, because you know that he kind of gets up to that sort of shit. I find it funny. I do find it funny. And I find it funny as well because, like, Alexis was bad. And it's nuts because, obviously, there's a video of me going absolutely bananas when we signed Alexis. But why wouldn't I? No one would have looked at the 34-goal return he had before coming to Manchester United and go, but he doesn't score 5. Nobody. Literally fucking no one would have predicted that. And for whatever reason it was, it turned out to be a pure catalyst of a bad transfer. There was the wages which he was on, which was astronomical. Don't know what they were. Anywhere between 400 and 500 grand a week was the word, wasn't it? And then that was probably the catalyst in why David De Gea had to go. Because David De Gea comes in and gets 350, 385 a week, something like that. And even though David De Gea is better than Onana, Bayindir, and probably better than Lamens still, he's still putting up numbers for Fiorentina. He wasn't value for money for the best goalkeeper in the world. He wasn't the best goalkeeper on earth, but he was paid the best goalkeeper on earth. And when his contract came to an end, and he's still young enough that you can't knock his wage down, it was an inevitability that he had to go. And again, don't take me saying he had to go by my opinion of him as a player. Just from a financial point of view, the club is fucked. Yet again, another bad decision by Ed Woodward on possibly both fronts. Like the bringing in Alexis Sánchez one, I can probably defend the logic behind that. I can't say it worked, but I can defend the why behind that. I can't defend the why behind giving him the wages he got. Unless they read Soccernomics, in which case it says, if you shake out the league in order of wage budget, you've got a 98% correlation between clubs' overall wage budget and where they'll finish in the table, which is fascinating. United were the anomaly to that rule, because I think Woodward read that and went, pay the players more. No, the reason behind it is because better players demand more money. But you still have to, what's the point in spending 500 million on your football team recruitment players, but having that recruitment done by a fucking cashier at a bank? That was where United went tits up. And it'll take us a fucking long old time to recover from that. I think I've got the starting of hay fever again. Fuck's sake. Can't it just fuck off? Anyway, gig was sensational last night. I tell you what, some of you lot are fucking double cool. Not all of us. Someone had S Club 7 for their first gig. It's a bit iffy. Someone had Gary Glitter for their first gig. That's very iffy. But some of you had some fucking hardcore cool gigs for your first gig, so well done on being cool. Yeah, I took Blake to her first gig last night. Took her to see the Architects at Court Live. It's my first gig that I've been to at Court Live. Mega. And Sam and the boys, Architects, put on a fucking hell of a show. Didn't expect the level of production. The lights, the screens, really fucking good production, really good show. Absolutely class. And you know, big thank you to Sam for inviting me and Blake. If you head over to my Instagram, you'll see we got to hang out just before the gig. Got a photo with, so not only does she get to go to her first gig and it's metal, but she's hanging out with the lead singer, giving it the devil horns thing. And she's also mad into capybaras in a minute, which I don't think was an animal when I was growing up. So she's got a hand tattoo of a capybara, and Sam's got one of a wolf. So they were comparing hand tats, which, Joe, sometimes you go, this is mad, this, isn't it? I mean, I don't know who it's madder for Sam or for Blake, because Sam's out here comparing hand tats with a 6-year-old, and then goes and absolutely fucking lights up the stage in front of, what, 15,000 fucking people. And, you know, for anyone who's not initiated, go and have a look what Architects gigs look like. They're not fucking quiet. So yeah, good night out. And Blake's just got up now. She's sitting there watching her iPad while I've come out to do my walk. And I asked her, like, how did you enjoy last night? She's like, it was awesome. She doesn't know any of the songs. I think if she did, she probably would have got a little bit more into it. But she enjoyed it, so it was good stuff. So like I said, thanks to Sam for inviting us. That was cool. But yeah, no news on the Takeover front. And it's a Saturday to get after it or have a bit of a chill, whatever you're doing. Just getting the old steps in. Feels very quiet this morning. It's normally a lot windier out here, but it's dead quiet in here at the minute. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit subscribe if you are new. Make sure to come and check us out at 3 o'clock if you're doing nothing this afternoon. Just free, live on YouTube, and Leon puts on a good show. And let's hope that my player that's been throwing up all night can actually fucking pull it together for us, because that will be very problematic if he doesn't. Take it easy. See you in the next one. Laters.